We'll have a spirituality moment now amongst the autumn leaves. Hello everyone. Although the fall season with its cooler days reminds us that winter is coming, the brightness of the colors in the trees and bushes also remind us of the beauty of all the seasons and the beauty of life. It's so good for the soul, for the spirit, the energy inside us, to be out in nature, to reset our spirits. And since we're online, I'll say to give our soul a reboot. These few hours were to be a retreat, to be a break from the usual routine, and to be a time of focusing on ourselves and caring for ourselves. The word retreat, from the 14th century, has a meaning to draw back or a period of self-examination. A time of putting yourselves first, which can feel unnatural to do, but we want you to focus on you. This is not a selfish exercise, but one that can help us focus our feelings and thoughts in order to cope with our day-to-day lives, which have changed so dramatically. I want to share a poem with you. It's called The Window by a 13th century Persian poet named Rumi. It's a very short poem and called The Window. Your body is away from me, but there is a window open from my heart to yours. From this window, like the moon, I keep sending news secretly. The poet Rumi is one of the most influential poets of all time. He shares the power of his heart through his poetry. Although this poem was written nearly 1,000 years ago, it is timeless and so relevant today for those who are experiencing loss. The person we grieve, we may have lost physically, but the connection never dies, and the love we have never ends. Our spiritual selves need nourishing just as much as our physical and social lives do. It is important to retreat from time to time, to pay attention to our thoughts of the transcendent, and to ask those big questions like why, and to do things that create a peacefulness within us. Our spiritual selves provide us with strength to grieve, to live, and to be well. We can look to the past to think about what it was that gave us strength with past difficulties. Sometimes I know that our main source of strength was the person who has died. I think we can still tap into that strength, into that memory of what they did for you, and remember how they propped you up and gave you confidence. And we can use that memory to strengthen us now. Of course, with them gone, we have to look to other sources of strength as well. These sources are different for everyone, and it can be a long list. There's, things like nature, family, the unconditional love of a pet, one's faith, sacred word, the act of cooking a favorite recipe, creating a work of art, singing, making music, listening to music, practicing yoga, meditation, reading poetry. The list can go on. All of these things are things we can do or experience both alone or with others. It is important to open up ourselves to the power of these practices to help us cope every day. I wanted to say a few words about hope. What does hope mean? It's defined as an expectation of good that is yet to come. It's trust, faith, it's forward-looking yet experienced in the now. So it's good to try and create ways consciously to bring hope into your day. You can seek out other persons who in your life that enrich you, just being with them or talking to them, doing those things that make you smile, connecting with who and what you can to increase your energy and your hope. Maybe you need to borrow some hope from someone else, and that's okay. Hope is a renewable resource. By doing what we love and connecting to those we love helps to build our hope, our positivity, our spiritual strength, and helps to take back a little bit of control in a world that seems out of control. It can start on a very small scale, eating a favorite food, speaking to an old friend, collecting red-colored leaves. Whatever it may be, to boost our spirits a little bit at a time. So I invite you to embrace the seasons, be reminded of autumn leaves, warm sunshine, and yes, the beauty of new fallen snow. As we find ways to enrich our spiritual selves, may we find connections that strengthen us, connections with nature and beauty, connections between our hearts, connections through windows, both real windows in these times of window visits and poetically hypothetical windows. And these all work together to renew our hope, our spiritual energy, and help us on our grief journey. Take care, everyone.